The Lady or the Tiger? By Frank Stockton. In the ancient days, there lived a semi-barbaric king, whose ideas, although somewhat refined by his progressive Latin neighbors, were still grandiose, vivid, and unrestricted, as befitted his half-barbaric nature. He was a man of wild imagination, and with his irresistible authority, he turned his varied whims into reality. Given to deep self-reflection, once he reached a decision, it was executed without question. When everything in his kingdom ran smoothly, he was genial and mild. But if anything went awry, he became even more genial, for he delighted in resolving problems and smoothing out difficulties. One of the notions he adopted from his more civilized neighbors was the idea of a public arena, where exhibitions of valor refined the minds of his subjects. But the king's arena served a unique purpose, shaped by his extravagant and barbaric vision. This vast amphitheater with its galleries, mysterious vaults, and unseen passages was a place of poetic justice, where crime was punished or virtue rewarded by the decrees of impartial and incorruptible chance. When a subject committed a crime significant enough to attract the king's interest, an announcement was made that on a specified day, the accused's fate would be decided in the arena. This structure, although its design was borrowed from afar, was the brainchild of the king, who owed no allegiance to any tradition other than his own fancy. Once all the people had gathered in the galleries and the king, surrounded by his court, was seated on his throne, a door beneath him would open, and the accused would step into the amphitheater. Opposite him were two doors, identical and side by side. The accused had to choose and open one of these doors. Behind one door awaited a fierce, hungry tiger, which would spring out and tear him to pieces as punishment for his guilt. The moment this happened, mournful iron bells would clang, and the audience, with bowed heads and heavy hearts, would leave the arena in sorrow. If the accused opened the other door, a beautiful lady would emerge, chosen to be a perfect match for the accused. They would be married on the spot as a reward for his innocence, regardless of any prior marital commitments or personal affections. The wedding ceremony, conducted by a priest and accompanied by choristers and dancers, would take place immediately in the arena, with joyous brass bells and the people's cheerful hurrahs. This semi-barbaric method of justice was perceived as perfectly fair. The accused did not know which door concealed the lady or the tiger, ensuring that his fate was determined solely by chance. The uncertainty of whether they would witness a bloody execution or a joyful wedding made these events popular and entertaining. The king had a daughter as radiant as his wildest dreams, with a passionate and imperious soul. She was the apple of his eye, loved above all others. Among the king's courtiers was a young man of noble character, but lowly status, who dared to love the princess. Their love was strong and ardent, flourishing until the king discovered it. Enraged, he imprisoned the young man and set a date for his trial in the arena. The princess, deeply in love and consumed by the situation, used her influence to discover what lay behind each door. She learned which door concealed the tiger and which hid the lady, a maiden she despised for her beauty and the attention she had shown the princess's lover. On the day of the trial, the arena was packed with people. The king and his court took their places opposite the twin doors. The young man entered the arena, tall and handsome, his presence stirring admiration and anxiety. He bowed to the king, but looked only at the princess. She, pale and anxious, subtly signaled to him which door to choose. He trusted her completely and opened the door she indicated. Now the question arises: did the tiger come out, or did the lady? This question, dear reader, is for you to ponder. Consider the fierce emotions within the princess, her love, jealousy, and desperation. What decision did she make in that crucial moment? Which came out of the door, the lady or the tiger? The end.